Ladies, gentlemen, and everything else in between, welcome to the SCP Foundation Fan Community Meetup, especially all of you online at the Site 42 YouTube channel, welcome. I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42, and your host for the day. How many of you know nothing about the SCP Foundation? You are here to learn. Excellent.
Well, I'm one of them, so I can have
Yes, you were allowed out on a day pass. Get back in your box afterwards.
I don't think I will.
So for those of you who have never heard of the SCP Foundation, in universe, we are a secret organization that contains monsters and magic from the general public. The reason you all live your normal lives is because we die in the dark, so that you may live in the lights. But more on this pataphysical narrative level, we are just a spooky pasta creative writing community of about a couple thousand authors, 15,000 stories in English along the international language branches. There's just too much to read. If you ever wanted to get into the SCP Foundation, my best advice to you, because it's worse than comic books, just start reading it. Just pick something and read. If your friends know what it is, ask them what their favorite stories are. You probably have the same taste. And so there are a standard style of article, the SCP articles, which are SCP number, and these are the anomalies we contain, such as the Plague Doctor, SCP-049. It will try to cure you, you will die. Its touch is lethal, but it's a Plague Doctor, so it's very attractive to people no matter if it will kill them. We do not fraternize with the anomalies, it is very unprofessional. We also have SCP-999, an adorable little goofball. This little sign, when you touch it, it tickles you, it gives you a light euphoria, it's good as an antidepressant. But because we contain anomalies from the general public, we will not let you use it.
Aww.
That's an important thing about containing anomalies and secrecy. The rest of the world isn't supposed to know about it. So people say, hey, SCP Foundation, why don't you make a medicine that cures everything? Because then everything would be cured, and you would know there's anomalous things. We're not here to help the world. We are here to imprison the anomalies, and that's our way of helping. And we're damn good at it. Unless it's a joke article, then we're terrible.
Fair enough.
And so, with a small introduction into our secure, contain, and protect universe, I open the floor to Q&A. Does anybody have any questions about the world of the SCP Foundation? Starting in the back.
So, with the tree that doesn't scream.
Oh no, that one?
Singing the microphone? The tree that doesn't scream, that falls into joke or serious?
So the SCP universe is a creative writing community, we call it that, if we're talking about that narrative level. SCP-4521 is an infamous anomaly in my community in particular. You see, SCP-4521 is a Douglas fir tree. A Douglas fir tree, and it's a really ugly one too, okay? It's an ugly tree. It's like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree, but worse.
Yeah, it's rather beautiful.
You would. And the problem with SCP-4521, the reason this Douglas fir tree is anomalous, is because this tree doesn't scream. Now, I don't need to tell you, you're all real-life scientists who know everything about natural sciences, that every tree, every blade of grass, every flower you see in the world right now, if you break a leaf, if you pull a twig, it screams. Plants hurt. On frequency we can't hear, but we can register it with the correct instruments. Trees scream. I'm not crazy. I am scientifically accurate.
You're a me for no reason.
I introduced you for a very good reason. I am not crazy. And so yes, this one tree doesn't scream. Isn't that odd? Isn't that wrong?
Yeah.
Now there are some who think me mad. There are some who believe that this tree has some sort of anomalous effect, a cognitive hazard that affects your thinking, and it makes you think that it should scream. It drives you mad trying to make it scream. But we all know that's not the case. And we'll make that tree scream, dang it. Next question. I'm coming to you now here.
So we know there are different hypotheses for 001. Which one do you like or prefer?
Oh, good question. So, if you look at the SCP database, which is scpwiki.wiki.com, that's a very complicated name. If you go to the SCP Wiki, all of our articles are listed out in beautiful numerical order. It's very clean. Except for article number 1. Because article number 1 was thought to be a special place. If you're going to be the first article on the wiki, that's going to be a big deal. Everyone's going to read that one. And so we didn't want one SCP author to have that privilege. We wanted to spread the wealth. So the SCP-001 articles are multitude. They are called proposals. Because this is everyone's idea of what the original SCP was. And sometimes it's an anomaly that makes anomalies. That makes sense by shooting the first one. It's causing the rest of our headaches. Or it is just, maybe it's the first one we found. It's a random werewolf in the woods. And hey, that's number 1, I guess.
You'll never admit it.
And a lot of them end up being really big end of the world. Make you think that it's the last SCP, but I don't know. Now, if you were to ask me my favorite of these anomalies, my favorite of these anomalies is an SCP-001 proposal called Lily's Proposal. And by the way, they're all named after the author. So Lily's Proposal, Wodenaz's Proposal, there's a lot of authors. So Lily's Proposal is by far the shortest, which makes me happy because my attention deficit disorder doesn't like reading that long. SCP-001, codenamed Lily's Proposal, is titled The World's Gone Beautiful. And in The World's Gone Beautiful, this is an end-of-the-world anomaly. But what happens at the end is that one day we all just realize, oh, it's over soon. And all of us just have peace with it, wander outside. And the outside world, wherever you are, has beautiful, perfect air temperature. You can wear a casual light sweater, it's like the first Tuesday in November or whatever that is. And but every natural rose has flowers all over it. It just seems to be a place to sit down and wait for the end. And I think if any of these things are going to be real, I want that one to be the one place. The rest of them are soldiers. Alright, who's next? I see you with your chair. Come over here. Or I'll come to you, obviously.
Is Cyto-1 really gonna find Cyto-107? Are they gonna find them alive? Please.
No. For those of you who are a fan of podcasts, one of our brilliant, best SCP-related podcasts is called Find Us Alive. It is free to listen to on all of your podcast platforms and YouTube. Find Us Alive is the story of an SCP Foundation site, Site 107, that just disappears. We don't know where they went. And the podcast is from their perspective, where they are trapped in this dimension they can't get out of, with very little food and staff. And someone hopefully finds them alive. It is a wonderful podcast with great voice acting and writing. I highly suggest you check it out. And it's gotta end sometime. I'm guessing they just get poofed back. It'll be random and we'll get to go investigate the site and look at all the terrible things they did in there with the mutiny of the medical division.
I mean, it doesn't have to end.
It probably does have to end, at least for them trapped in there. They have very little food, I told you.
Well, that's just their fault. That's their fault.
It's not my problem, you're right, that's fine with me.
So why are we worried about it?
I don't worry, I'd be happy. All right, who's next? You there, with the wings.
Do you let your trans doctors use the gender switching stone?
A great question! The SCP Foundation is at first, creative writing community. It's headed by a lot of artists. We are, therefore, a very gay community. LGBTQ rights all day, every day. And to be clear, Dr. Sherman says trans rights. SCP-113 is titled the Gender Switching Stone. It is a little bit of rock, and if it touches your flesh, it sears into your flesh. It becomes irremovable. It burns like the dickens. Not that I know from experience. And it stays there for about a minute, and it makes your whole body completely in fiery, fiery nerve pain, and it changes all of your biology. Now, if you are a binary gender, it'll switch you to the other one. If you are non-binary, it starts to get a little unpredictable, which is, we've had people come out as cat girls before. I'm at an anime convention, that's the usual thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not so weird here.
Not particularly.
And so there are a lot of things you can do, but thankfully we have it in containment. And so when a researcher who decides that, okay, I feel like I want to be a transgender person properly, and they want to transition, it's part of the Foundation's medical insurance plan. Now, you're just going to go to your on-site medic, sign up for a therapy, they're going to do some paperwork with you, because here's one more catch to the gender switching stone. It does have a non-zero chance of death. And, you know, if I'm rolling the D100 and there's a 99% chance of success, hey, maybe if you want to go through the really, really strong pain and very little chance of death, maybe you'll go for it. Maybe it's worth it for you to live your life the way you want to. But every time you use it afterwards, that percent chance of death increases.
It's always death with you.
It's always death with us.
I didn't realize we had insurance.
Yeah. We need medical insurance, the things we go through. So yes, as long as you fill out your therapist paperwork and you are sure you want to do it, because we don't want you to do it more than once, then yes, it is part, the stone goes from site to site to site on a tour, and when it comes to your location, you can utilize it. Yes. You.
Alright, so first off, if you make SCP-096 look at a photo of himself, what happens?
He tears himself apart.
For those outside the know, I'm just going to assume there's someone outside the know. SCP-096 is one of the most famous SCPs because it's a very simple concept that made a good enemy in an SCP video game that was made. And the simpler the meme, the farther it spreads. SCP-096 is titled Shy Guy. And Shy Guy is this 9-foot, very skinny-limbed guy, bald, naked, and he walks around, oh no, my face is so ugly, please don't look at me. He doesn't say that. He's barely sapient, but he does cry a lot. Safe. Mood. And so, SCP-096, if you see its face, if you see a literal representation of its face, such as a picture or a video, then, wherever you are in the world, it knows. And when it knows, it stops crying. And it starts screaming. And it starts running. It knows where you are, and it will end your entire existence because you now know what it looks like. I mean, I get shy, but that's a little ridiculous, isn't it? Now, the answer to your question is it already knows what it looks like. It's ugly and it knows it. So it's not going to be surprised. That's why photographs of it showing it to it, or mirrors, we're not worried about that. What we are worried about is there's still pictures out there. And the most famous picture of it is the picture of a hiker. I believe that we're on Everest or some nearby mountain to that range. And it's just a hiker going, hey guys, I'm here. And somewhere in the background of that photo in the snow was 4 effing pixels. And that's enough to activate SCP-096. So, you know, if there's a photograph in front of you and you don't know where it came from, just don't look. Just don't look at it. Is that fine? Next question. You.
On another famous SCP, for SCP-106, I have 2 questions. 1, do we know why it's been named Radical Larry? And 2, why the femur?
Okay. SCP-106. Titled officially The Old Man, but titled unofficially Radical Larry. To answer that first part, I am 99% sure that's just Markiplier's fault. One of Markiplier's earliest big performing games was SCP Containment Breach. And so you can watch like 200 hours of Mark playing SCP games. It's a lot. So I'm pretty sure that was him. Now, secondarily, why femurs? So SCP-106, the old man, is this old man. He wears a leather biker vest with no shirt. He wears cut-off jorts. And he's entirely slathered in barbecue sauce. It's not barbecue sauce. It's actually a black tar-like acid. And so if he grabs you, it will burn. We don't know where the acid comes from. I guess it's secreted from pores. Also, the old man can travel through walls. So if he walks up to a wall, he can go into the wall, and then any surface on that wall on either side can come out. So our containment procedures are very strict. We have a metal cube, inside a metal cube, inside a metal cube, inside a metal, you get the point. All of the cubes have filler material so that it gets him confused. He can't come out, sorry, gets it confused. Remember this, all anomalies are objects, not people. They are not people, you especially. And so when you refer to an anomaly, they are objects, they are its, they are never he or she, they are its. Because anomalies are objects. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation, thank you.
I'm going to force cure you.
I'd like to see you try. So, finishing this real quick. And so, when Radical Larry eventually escapes, he goes hunting. He's a sadist. He wants to get you. And when he gets you, he's going to take you into the wall, but into his pocket dimension where the air is basically acid. And yeah, you might be able to escape, but it's like a 1% chance you're not going to make it. And so he's a sadistic hunter. It is a sadistic hunter. I slip up, I'm not perfect. So the only way we can get 106 back in containment is to give it bait. Everyone's running away. We just have to give it someone who won't. Enter the femur breaker. It is a chair with a metal bar, and your femurs go snap. And you imagine the, ah! We play that over the microphones on site. That way, 106 hears. And then comes to get the poor D-class personnel we did that to. And then we put them in that metal box and metal box and metal box. And then we're safe. So, yeah, that is why femurs. Next up. You.
Do you recognize the bodies in the water?
None of you recognize the bodies in the water.
I do.
You do not. Say you do not.
I do.
Ah.
I try not to. Wait, he does, because that will get rid of it.
As much as I would enjoy that, we are not supposed to destroy anomalies. The SCP Foundation does not destroy anomalies because we want to study them and research them. Now, there are some other groups of interest out there who disagree with our morality on what to do with the anomalies. They think we should just destroy them, get them out of the way. Other hippies think that they should be free to live their happy lives. I think they're wrong. They are objects.
Thank you.
And so, we do not destroy anomalies because then we can't study them. If we happen to lose another staff member, researcher, whole security force in the name of our duty, that's fine. Secret organizations don't have any oversight.
Well, see, you can't destroy me. I've been around for centuries.
I would love to try though. But they won't let me.
Of course you would, you sadist.
And so, SCP-2316 is another one of our most famous articles. It is called Field Trip? Field Trip. But everyone knows it as its meme name. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. This article is a high-level cognitive hazard, so please, if you have a cognitive resistance value of under 14.5, please plug your ears. Don't worry about it, you're fine. I'm sure you're all fine. Most of you will be fine. So, the article talks about a lake, and information about this lake, as well as looking at the lake itself, you will start to see bodies. And they'll start to look at people you used to know, maybe went to high school with them. And hey, they look like they're having a good time. Why don't I just go in the lake? That'll be fine, right? It's kind of hot, I could use a dip. And then you're gone. So, throughout the article's reading, you must repeat to yourself, you do not recognize the bodies in the water.
I've been in there many times.
I want you to practice with me. You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
I recognize
You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You're all safe. Except for that one. I'm not worried about that one. All right, up next. I've seen you here.
Okay, so the person that asked about the femur breaker, I would like to clarify. The reason why it is the femur specifically is because that is the largest and most painful bone in your body to break. Also, what is your favorite SCP? What is the most friendly, most appealing to have around?
Of course it's me.
You killed my best friend. You stop.
Hey, he came in and asked me.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for explaining why femur. That was actually a better answer than mine. I appreciate it. And now, secondly, what is my favorite SCP? So it's really hard to pick because there's so many of them. And I have 8 favorite SCPs that I list off at the end of every stream as a tradition. But you specifically asked what's the most fun one to hang out with. And of my list of favorite SCPs, 999 is not actually on it. Now, 999 is adorable. It's a great little goo boy. But it is also a very simple article, and I'm a nerd, and I like meta BS, and I like crazy plot twists. So my favorite SCPs have a little more of a different, more complicated tone to them, but the one that is friendly, the one that's not going to give you a bad time, is SCP-008-J. SCP-008-J, codename Jeff. Jeff is just this chill dude from New Zealand, and he just shows up inside of our black sites, uninvited. We don't know how he gets there. And as soon as we try to contain him, because he's in a place he should not be, he's gone. We don't know how. Usually some sort of accident just gives someone a slip and fall as they're trying to put him in a cop car. So, that being said, if you ever get to hang out with Jeff, he's a really nice dude. I mean, we're Facebook friends, it's great. All right, am I gonna regret this?
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do you always insist on skipping my forums? Well, my pages and stuff. I don't know what to call them. But why do you insist on skipping them?
You mean the SCP-049 articles?
Why do you insist on skipping?
So, for those who are unfamiliar with SCP-049, specifically, it is a plague doctor. It has been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. It is not wearing a plague doctor costume. Its face is the mask. Its gloves are its skin. And as I said earlier, if it touches you, you will die. So stay away from it. That said, it seems like a jolly old chap. Talks with a little French or British accent, depending on the voice actor. And it's trying to cure, capital T, capital P, the pestilence.
I smell pestilence on you too.
Every disease we have shown it, no, it's not the pestilence. I don't think there's a freaking pestilence. I think you're full of it.
Oh,
You
think I'm full.
Furthermore, even thinking that the plague doctor's full of it, and I have the microphone so he can't talk over me. It can't talk over me, sorry, I'm not perfect. But also, if you read the SCP-049 article, you will see that sometimes on the SCP database, there are mixed media articles. This one has voice actors, including yours truly. And because we don't get paid for this, the author gifted it to me as, this is your new doctor name, Dr. Theron Sherman. I didn't invent this character, it was foisted upon me. It's pretty cool though. And if you read that article, you will see that my character hates this son of a gun. Because the original researcher on the project, Dr. Raymond Ham, was a good friend of mine. And they worked together a very long time testing for his pestilence. And then one day, Dr. Ham walks in, Ray goes in there, and 049 says, boop. And kills him! Just straight up!
Hey, that's his fault.
And so I took away all his privileges and I'm not gonna talk to him anymore. All right, who's next? You're next. Oh no, another plague doctor.
Out of all the attempts to neutralize 628, which one do you think are the closest?
SCP-682, and that's okay, there's a million, there's at least, we're up to 8999 right now, and the 9,000 contest is about to begin, so we're opening the 9,000 slots soon. And so there's a lot of stories if you want to go have some fun reading times. SCP-682 is the hard-to-destroy reptile. It looks like a big honkin' lizard, except it can adapt to anything. It is like Darwin from X-Men, except not like in that movie. So, you want to cut into 6, all you have to do is do something to it one time, and it becomes immune. So you can't cut it, you can't pummel it. We made a liquid. We asked the infinite coffee machine, a coffee machine that will dispense any fluid you would want. Just don't ask it for a cup of Joe, he's still recovering. We asked the coffee machine for a cup of liquid that would kill 682. This seemed like a brilliant plan. We had a secondary anomaly. It's a little stone turtle, I forget its database number. But when you pour a liquid on this turtle, it starts raining that liquid. So what if we put these two things together? Would that work? It didn't. Because we could not destroy every single cell with the rain because some got loose. The lizard regenerated from basically nothing. Beyond that, we threw this son of a gun into the sun. We have a sun launcher, the sun launcher for launching things into the sun. That sun launcher.
Of course.
And we launched 682 into the sun, and it grew solar sails and flew back to us.
Ow! That's my boy.
Because it did. So yes, those are two very iconic attempts that did not work. Next up, you, Lou.
For the newcomers, can you explain the object classification system?
I would love to. Object classes are a very important part of the SCP Foundation's documentation. Every article starts with item number, SCP blah 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 blah. Second line, object class. The object classes are, in the initial old days of the wiki, 3 only. We kept it simple back then, things always get more complicated with age. And so, the original 3 are called Safe, Euclid, and Keter. And if you say Keter, I will throw a sticker at you. It does not rhyme with Keter. So, Keter, these are important to remember. The object classes only denote difficulty of containment. They have nothing to do with danger. Some safe class anomalies are going to murder you, and some of the Keters will just tussle your hair a little bit. So safe means you could put this in a box and never look at it again, and it won't move. Most anomalous objects are safe. You got a knife that no one can see, and it makes you look crazy, and you end up murdering your entire site out of upsettedness? That was a bad day. That goes in the box, no problem.
I got stabbed 3 times because of that.
You got better.
Yeah.
A Euclid class anomaly, which is the default lowest level for any ambulatory animal or person, a thinking entity. That is a Euclid. It means that if we don't pay a little bit more attention to it, if we don't allot some special resources or security, it will eventually find its way out. Keter is just trying to catch butterflies in a cargo net. You just have to keep trying to put them in the box. Keter, the old man, for instance, who can go through walls and will burn you with acid, that is Keter. You'll have your moment. Next question. We are down to the last 3 questions, by the way, on the timetable. Hello.
I'm one of the people who knows nothing. Some technical questions.
Of course.
Who is funding this? And if you are not planning to destroy the anomalies or use them to better the world, why are you studying them if they're not going to become common knowledge at any point? Do you have an end goal, or is this just for fun?
This is the best hobby ever. It's just my special interest, come on. The SCP Foundation is specifically a non-governmental organization. We do not work for any government, although we do have agents in all of your governments. We are spying on everything. When the local cops are called, we have one guy on the phone to be like, all right, TPD has a problem, get an agent over there before they show up. So we have agents in the government, but we do not care for politics, we do not care for any of that. That being said, we have very good private funding. Someone rich and crazy started this organization. Depending on how far back you look, we've been doing this since the 1800s. One big problem with the SCP universe, by the way, as a tangent, is that there's over 15,000 stories by several thousands of authors. None of these are going to really match each other as a canon. They tried to have one sole canon where everything fit together. That lasted about a year. And so now we live under a realm called there is no canon. Every article, as long as it stands on its own 2 feet, it can survive. And if you link it to other articles, that's just fun. It means that everything's interconnected, but only to the stuff you want it to be. Everyone's headcanon of the foundation is very important. I bring this up because that means who knows when the foundation was funded? I don't. It's not my job. I just keep my head down and do the research. And someone's paying me, otherwise I wouldn't still be doing it. Now on top of that, obviously, if you think about the movie Men in Black, you research the anomalies because then you get new technologies. And those anomalous technologies, when you can backwards compatible get a normal version, then you can sell it. Velcro came from aliens, baby. Second to last question. I'm gonna go with Pinky. 2 pinkies in a row.
I got a question. Why did you go with Psych 42 and didn't do anything with Guardians of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
It had everything to do with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And if you look at the SCP Wiki database and you find out that there's another Psych 42 that was there before me, there is no canon. It's mine now. And I'm going to go with, I have a cowboy hat.
So I'm going to be going into film for college. How would somebody be able to make like a fully fledged out SCP kind of movie thing?
Ooh. So, interesting thing. We've had a little conversation about this today. So the SCP Foundation, because it's made by so many people, because it's online, I think it is the largest online collaborative fiction project in the world. And it is, therefore, to make sure everyone was legally allowed to reuse these things other people are making and not have to contact that person every single time, they released the whole SCP property by the Creative Commons 3.0 share-alike with attribution, which means that you still retain the copyrights to your work. I've written something like 7 or 8 SCPs myself. Those on the wiki are my copyrighted works, but because I released them via Creative Commons, you don't have to ask me if you want to use them in something. You can just credit me, link to the original website, and you're good to go. Oh, and you also must release your own derivative work by the same license. And that's why Netflix and Amazon and all of them do not want to mess with us, because they want sole control. And so, part of the plan of my YouTube channel and many other creators is crowdfunding, growing our platforms, and doing it indie. Because we're not even going to get a Backrooms A24. We're not alone. But we will persevere. There have already been a variety of games based on SCP that were very successful, not just SCP Containment Breach. More and more short films and web series and minisodes are being released every day. 2 that I would recommend to you that are lesser known but are very awesome are There Is No Anti-Memetics Division by Andrea Joshua Aznikar on YouTube. It is a 4-part miniseries about TNAD, very good production values. And then SCP Academy by Dark Math Films, which is, as it sounds, about cadets at a very in the future and bad things are happening universe. Woo! That was my second to last, or was that my last?
That was your last.
That was my last. Okay, now I'm going to quiz you on your attention skills. So I will, for the kindness, only ask you about things we have discussed thus far. I'm going to ask questions until I feel like I've run out of time. Whoever gets the answers right will come up next to these people, so you get first dibs on merch. Sound good? Sound good, all right. No, you can't have a second day pass. They took my day pass to hold this microphone. I've got to go barter it back in a minute. Okay, so, first question, I'm going to ask the question. First hand I see go up, that's who I'm going to call. So, first question. What is the numerical designation of the Shy Guy? That's the hand I saw. Yes, you.
SCP-096.
Get over there! What site am I the director of? You. You did it, get over there! I'm gonna stand here, that way I'm not blocking my vision. That would be rude. This is more fair. All right, I'm doing my best. I only have 2 eyes, unlike what most people think. All right, next up. What license is the SCP released via? I saw your hand first. And as I come over Just know I want the letters. What did I just? Oh! Thank you all. Huh? The Foundation does have dental. I want to know the numbers and everything I said about it.
I could barely hear the question.
Oh, you just raised your hand. What is the Creative Commons license that we are released under? Numbers and letters. No? All right. Any more words? That was 2 of 4. Anyone got all 4? You got all 4?
Oh, no.
You got all 4? Tell me what they are.
Creative Commons 3.0 Attribution Share Alike.
Yay! Hooray! You're the only one who could remember.
Oh my god.
All right. What bone hurts the most to break? You, purple. Femur! Get over there. How many do I have? 4? 5? Oh, they're already getting it. That's good. All right. I've got time for 2 more questions. Let me get back on my perch. Let me not drop everything. What is SCP-106's unofficial nickname? That was in the back with the wings.
Radical Larry.
Radical Larry gets it! Last question for the whole shebang. What is my doctor name? That was you first.
Dr. Sherman.
What is my first name? It's not Thomas. All right. That was you, blue hair. He doesn't rhyme, but you were closer. Next up, cowboy hat. Theron Sherman. Thanks. You all worked on it together. So you know what? I'll even give it to you. Everybody who answered part of that question, you can go up there. All right. It is currently 12:40. At this point, we are going to do 2 things. A, I'm going to stand over here, and all the SCP people should come over for a group photo, followed by everyone who wants to glad hand, take pictures with each other, mill about. We're in the mill about section. Secondly, no. First, I'm going to do the merch. That way we get that out of the way. Everyone who wants merch for the SCP Foundation, come over here now. And before everyone runs away, thank you so much for coming. In case you're heading your way out, I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. Woo! See you later, Site 42 stream.
All right, we have got